This proposal has been controversial among some who interpret it as an effort to eliminate democracy. This is not the case. The conversation is rather about the form democracy will take today. The Romans 2,500 years ago discussed the various forms of democracy, whether everyone has to vote on everything in order for an institution to be democratic, or whether some form of representation was appropriate. This conversation is about the right form democracy takes for All Souls at this point. This proposal arguably strengthens our democratic commitments by not making just the nominating committee responsible for democracy, but making all of us responsible. The board has looked around. No other large Unitarian Universalist congregation elects their board the way we do, and the practice is hard to find in large congregations of other traditions. Some among us worry that this proposal represents a power grab, either by the Board of Trustees or by the minister. That would be me. Ralph Waldo Emerson and the Transcendentalists bequeathed to us a deep suspicion of religious institutions generally and of ecclesiastical authority in any form. Forrest Church, my immediate predecessor as senior minister of All Souls, used to say that Unitarian Universalists are good at founding institutions, but even better at savaging them. The truth is that our values will endure over time and across history only if we build strong institutions to carry them forward. We need to get over our fear of strength, our fear of strong boards, our fear of strong ministerial leadership, our fear of strong congregations, our fear of strong institutions. We need all the strength we can muster to get us where we need to go. You and I need to trust each other, that we will use our strength wisely. We need to trust each other. Is this change right for All Souls? After 3 years of conversation, the board thinks it is. The board, by the way, that was elected the usual way. I think it's right too. But it's not up to us to decide. It's your decision. But make no mistake, if this isn't the way forward, we will have to find another way forward. The legacy approach is not the answer. What got us here won't get us there. Not only that, what got us here won't keep us here. This is a hard part of the conversation. For the past several decades, this congregation has relied too heavily on its endowment to fund things that should have been funded in other ways. It has given us the illusion of financial well-being. With my encouragement, the board has placed limits on how we use our endowment, which has reduced the funds that we have for operating expenses. We also have come to rely very heavily on income from renting our facilities to other groups. And those rentals have begun to compete with our own programs, like our small group ministries. Our small groups need somewhere to meet. But giving them the space they need means turning away groups who will pay us money to rent those spaces. And we need the income. This conundrum is forcing us to make some hard choices. These two factors, limiting use of our endowment and the increasing vitality of our small group ministries and other programs, increases the demand on annual giving, which, despite pockets of generosity, has generally been lackluster. Last year, the largest gift to All Souls was $35,000. The average gift was $1,200. The median gift was less than $600. That means that half of the contributions to All Souls are $10 a week or less. If we are going to stay where we are, much less go where we need to go, all of these numbers will need to double. I'm currently seeking a couple of households who can fund our strategic mission at the $100,000 level, and 4 or 5 who can fund at the $50,000 level. We need to double our average. We need at least half of our congregation to be giving $1,200 or more, rather than half that. If we are going to meet the challenge of being religious in a secular age, we need to increase our capacity and commitment on all fronts. Can we do this? Yes. The question is whether we will. I believe we must. The reason is printed in the inside of your order of service cover. Look inside the cover. You'll see a box. It says All Souls is a religious community. The first bullet. In the experience of worship, we gather to contemplate the mystery of God, interpret the wisdom of religion, and explore the insights of science. The next sentence is the critical one. Our purpose is to awaken our sense of the sacred and to renew our resolve to transform ourselves and our world. Religion is about transformation. It's about reinventing your life. It's about a place to go when you feel lost or alone, when you feel bereft or heavy burdened. It's a point of fulcrum when you encounter oppression or injustice in the world around us. It's a sacred space to renew your sense of being connected to everything, to all that is past and all that is possible. We need to reinvent religion. We need to reinvent All Souls. Not just to save our own souls, but to save the world. This is our moment. And the question is whether we are up to the challenge. Your response is yours to make. Let me tell you mine. As I said at the outset, I spend most of my waking hours struggling with the questions that I have talked about this morning. I spend too many sleepless nights wondering whether I'm up to the challenge, whether you're up to the challenge. Here's my commitment. To this community of faith, to the religion for which it stands, and to the God who holds us all in a divine embrace, to this and to you, I commit myself. Amen. I love you. May God bless us all.